everyone, it's Desiree. It's day 16 of our 2022 Christmas series. So today I have something extremely different. This is a stamp set called Baroque Bauble by IndigoBlu, and you're going to be seeing them just a little bit more on the channel. I am a huge fan of their stamps. They just have a unique look, and it's got that vintage feel, that distressed feel, that grunge feel, and that is something that I very much gravitate towards. These here of what I'm showing you are called their Luscious Pigments. Now, I did not know that they have sprays, they have pigments, they have so many other things available for mixed media type projects, which I think is wonderful. So what is wonderful, the set that I'm using here is called, let's talk about this first, is the Vintage Rose set. And again, it is called their Luscious Pigments. Now, I'm going to give a warning. This video is not going to be for everybody. This style of Christmas card is very different. It's just very different. Let's just say that. And there are some things. I was playing with these products, so there was probably a spot where I should have stopped, and I'll point that out. And I'm just having fun. You're literally watching somebody just having fun playing with new products and just seeing what they can do and how far and what their limit is compared to what my limits are. Now, I've put some, you saw the size of those containers. They are huge. They are larger than other containers that you will see for pigment powders. I'm adding water to these. There is so much that you can do with these shimmer pigment powders. There is shimmer in the set that I'm using here. Here's what's great. You can watercolor with these. Now, you can watercolor with other pigment powders. The problem is you have to set them after you paint with them, or else the shimmer is just going to wipe away eventually. You'll be able to move that color with your finger after it's dry. Or you would have to spray, I use hairspray, so you would have to either spray it with hairspray or add a gum arabic to it to make it permanent. With these, you don't have to. It's already built in. So there's no setting, there's no having to spray it or put a sealant on it or anything like that. It's built in to these pigment powders, which I think is genius. Because who wants to go through the other steps? I'm just saying, we want to create. So what I've done so far, so let's go back into here. There's going to be a lot of gabbing in this video as well, because IndigoBlu has allowed or has provided something for me that I'm going to explain at the end, because I want to talk about the card. So stay tuned and I'll give you all the details. Okay. I took the stamp set and a die from my stash, a circle die, and I drew a faint circle on my cardstock. Now, the cardstock that I'm using is Canson XL watercolor. I drew that because then I knew the size of the ornament that I'm going to stamp. These are beautiful colors, beautiful coral, deep red, green, iridescent pink, and a medium pink. And right about here is where I should have stopped before I splashed across that green and added that coral. I was looking, I see all of those beautiful colors, and you know me, I got to keep going with it. I want to see how far I can push this, how far I can take it. I still love this card. But to see all of those beautiful colors to come through. And again, you can see the shimmer that is just in these. Now for that pink, it's an iridescent shimmer. It's got that really deep base of that. So these, and there's so many colors available, and they do come in sets. Know that IndigoBlu is a UK-based company. So that's where they are stationed. And there is a company in the States here, if you are in the States, that does sell their products as well. And again, I'll continue with that information at the end as well. I've heat set my piece, And I have that faint look of that image that's going on there. And what I'm going to do is, since that's dry, I love the way that it looks, and it gives you a different look every time you turn the cardstock. I'm going to place my image on top of that area that I watercolored, and since these are a rubber stamp, I've got to remove the insert from my stamp positioning tool and stamp with that. I've used my anti-static powder tool, and I'm going to use my clear ink, and I'm going to stamp this image right on top of what I watercolored. Because this is a cold press paper, I am going to stamp this a couple times and make sure I've got good pressure of that. I'm bringing in my gold embossing powder, and I'm going to heat set that. One of the things that I'm also going to be doing is putting my sentiment across the top of that. I always like to heat the back of my cardstock first after I've let my heat tool heat up, and then come to the front. It does minimize warping, but I always have warping. I can't, no matter how long I let that sucker heat up. I'm just saying. I'm now going to come in with a sentiment from the Simon Says Stamp Ornamental Christmas Stamp Set. And I chose Peace on Earth, and I'm going to put that right across the top in the center. And I'm going to use my VersaFine black ink for that. And then I will come in with my clear embossing powder on top of that, just to give that a little bit of shine as well. The size of the card that we are going to be making, or that we are making here, is a 5x7 card. It is a nice size image. The image itself that you are stamping is 3.5 inches wide approximately, and just over 4 inches tall. So it's a nice size image, and I wanted to give it that space. After I have everything stamped and heat set, I'm going to come in with my micron, and I'm going over that one section there, making it look like it's hooking on to that loop of the ornament. And then I'm just wiggling up and down in between, making sure I go in between the O and the N. Since I did do watercoloring, or I added water to my cardstock, I am going to use my Uline 2-inch film tape. I have that linked down below. I make sure now that I have certain things linked down below, because I always forget, and I don't mean to. I'm going to set that in place, and I'm going to have 2 mats. The first mat that I'm using is a Mirror Champagne cardstock by Tim Holtz, and I chose to keep it solid because of the warping of that cardstock. I want to make sure this tape does an excellent job of getting my piece flat. And it really does. It flattens that piece right out. But I need to have that solid piece behind it. And same thing with that. That is the iridescent, I believe it's an iridescent pink from Tonic Studios. So because with these layers and the tape, that is what will help flatten your piece out. For me, that works. I'm going to set this down onto my 5x7 card base, and I'm going to add just a few satin gold pearls to embellish this. What I love about this, again, I know it's different. It's kind of unique there. But every time you turn that card a different way, you get a different look of that image and of the Luscious Pigments that you used by IndigoBlu. Here's the best part. So IndigoBlu has provided me a discount code for you all, and it's going to be up on your screen right now. It is lowercase d 20. That is your discount code. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you 20% off your entire order from IndigoBlu. So you want to make sure that you do place your order at IndigoBlu. And I will make sure I have that link down below. This discount code is not good at any other location that sells their products. They do ship worldwide. Now, their standard shipping is around, I'm going to say, just under $20. Now, if you spend over a certain amount, then your shipping is free. Okay, so keep that in mind. I know it's a UK-based company, and I know our shipping's like all over the place, but they do ship worldwide, and you will get 20% off your order. If you are a fan of their stamps, the place that you can search for that ships within the States is Top Flight Stamps, and I will have their link down below as well. And there's a couple others that do carry their products as well. Another one, they're actually in Pennsylvania, which is scary for me, Joys of Life Scrapbooking. So I think I'll have to check them out. So again, 20% off your entire order. So gracious of them to provide that for you all. The products that I used will be listed down below. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below as well. Yes, this was Gabby, very different video, but I always hope you enjoyed it. Hope you took a technique and apply it to what you have and have fun with it. Give something new a try. Enjoy the process. Have fun with it, and always remember what's most important. Always be creative, guys. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Till then.